We have so much to talk about. Now, behind me, as you can see right here, I got the brand new Roshi gameplay that was revealed earlier, but Damascus entire, and also shout out to Apology Man as well, on the Dragon Ball FighterZ live stream. And this looks dope. I'm not reacting to this because I kind of watched that live earlier, but instead I figured I would sit down and just kind of tell you about my overall thoughts about the upcoming patch, and 2, Master Roshi. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm excited to play as Roshi in FighterZ. I want you to clip this and send it to me every single day on Twitter. I am excited to play as Roshi in FighterZ. It's kind of wild to have those words come out of my mouth, ain't it? Over the course of like the last 2 years, there's always been a handful of characters that people have always kind of tossed out in the FighterZ community that they want to see, and they included people like Raditz, Zarbon. I don't know why Zarbon. Raditz I get, but why Zarbon? And Roshi. And every time those names came up, I was just always like, really? You want those over like Gogeta, Kefla, you like Goku at the time? You want those characters? Why? And, you know, the thing is, ArcSys can't miss, except for Videl, and I guess Goku Black as well. For those who don't get the joke, Goku Black, it might be the worst character in the game right now. I know there's going to be a lot of people who are new to FighterZ, so probably like, Goku Black is great. He's cool for a beginner character, but he has so many limitations. This character needs help. In fact, can I get everybody to say buff Goku Black in the comments? But anyways, ArcSys does not really miss when it comes on these characters. I always said, even though I'm not excited for Roshi, I've always said, even though I'm not excited for Roshi, I'm excited the fact that ArcSys is going to give us a brand new character because I know they're going to make this character fun. And that's what we saw earlier in the showcase. On top of this character looks hype. I feel like I have to play him on my team for a while, if not permanently potentially replace UI Goku, which is going to be kind of tough because UI Goku is really, really fun to play as. On top of that, he's kind of brain dead, I'll be honest with you. But this character is going to require a lot of learning, you know. The thing that I like about him that I saw earlier that kind of like really, really sold me on him is he has that key blast they can toss out, and also if you push the button again, you can get it to come back. That basically is Frieza's Death Slicers, but better. The thing about Frieza's Death Slicer is even though it is a pretty good tool, it's not that good. You know, once you know how to deal with it, it's not that great. On top of that, it's very slow, so every time you toss it out, you are going to get opened up. If you watch me play, I get opened up a lot tossing out those discs when I'm trying to control neutral. That little key blast that Roshi tosses out looks pretty fast. I feel like it's going to be one of his best tools, you know. On top of that, he has Thundershock Surprise, which is a beam. That's a command grab. It's an unblockable beam. Think about that. In a game where super dashing and jumping and kind of like staying in the air is important, we got a character that literally will yeet you out of the sky for that. Like that move looks nutty. He also has one of the best looking level 2s in the game, which we see when he does a little, when he hits you with the stick and he buffs up and then he ends up with the Kamehameha into the ground. He just looks really, really fun, you know? Yes, he's going to have his limitations not being able to super dash, but it doesn't really matter. I feel like ArcSys really covered the grounds in like balancing the character out to give him the tools needed to face up against people like that. Again, the big joke in the community in the last like couple weeks has been, oh, when Roshi pops out, just switches the mouse and fly up. Oh yeah, go ahead, fly up, see what happens. You're going to get Thundershock Surprise and then die. But overall, though, the character looks great. The thing about it also is he has so much mix-up potential. I feel like every time I come across a Roshi player, especially a good one, which, by the way, if you're looking to pick up a character, I recommend you really, really learn Roshi. If I come across a Roshi character, I'm going to get opened up every single time. I'm going to get mixed, and before I even realize what happened, I'm going to be dead in the game. Every single time. This character's it. ArcSys, you've got my support. I'm clapping my hands because you guys absolutely killed it with this character, and I'm excited. The last question I'm going to toss out for you guys is 2, actually. Number 1, now that we've seen all this gameplay, including this and the showcase earlier, if you caught it, how do you feel going into Roshi Week now? Are you more excited? Are you still not excited? You don't really care? You wish your character was revealed instead? Let me know your overall thoughts about the character. And 2, who's going to get Mafuba first from the 3 idiots? Between me, Dado, and Dion, when we do our Master Roshi raid video, who is going to get Mafuba first? By the way, Mafuba also is going to be fantastic as well. You know, initially I really wish that Mafuba would be more like a instant kill like we saw with Andro 16. But the way it works in this game is cool too, because the thing is if you get sealed, it seals the other assists as well. So you're basically just kind of left on your own for a couple of seconds before you could do anything. So this character is going to be oppressive. Like it's just there. He's going to oppress. He's got also the other command grab, the hypnosis spell. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be nutty. I'm excited. You know, I mean, you have to do this if you think about it. You can't just release a character like Roshi, who's kind of like not as popular as someone like Majin Vegeta, for example. You can't release him and have him be whack, because the thing is, if you release a character that's not fun to play, that's not good, no one's gonna buy it. At this point, like ArcSys knows they've done that with Videl once, but that was like, you know, many seasons ago. They can't do that again. If Roshi came out and he was basically average, no one's gonna buy him. You gotta make this character someone broken and snapped that will get people to spend, you know, the money on the character. So I get it, and they definitely earned my money for it. So I'm gonna point that out. But yeah, overall though, let me know your thoughts on Roshi. Is it a yay or nay for you guys? What other character do you want to see come out in the last 2 slots of the DLC? Feel free to discuss all that along in the comment section below. But the final thing I want to talk about is the other big news, the patch notes. Now, these patch notes are not going to be like super game changing. It wasn't meant to be like one of those things where it's the top of the season. Because like when the season ends, that's when they really like address like the new patch notes and do like all the big changes. You can't do that right now. You know, the big surprise to a lot of people was they didn't nerf UI Goku. Even though I play UI Goku, he is kind of good. He is too good sometimes. You can't just nerf him mid-season. If they're going to nerf UI Goku, we're not going to see that until the season ends and we start the next season at some point in the next couple months, which could be anytime between now and like February or March. So to those waiting for that, you have a little bit longer to go. But what they did instead is they addressed a lot of the assists. But the big ones is they took away a couple of assists, well not assists, but they added a couple of nerfs that I'm happy about. Like for example, they nerfed Yamcha's Wolfang Fist. Big shout out to Dado. I'm happy about that. They kind of brought back Goku's 2M, which used to be really, really good, but it's not as good as it used to be, but it is better. So it's kind of like steps forward. But I feel like it's also not going to be that much of a difference. But the way I see it is anytime you take a character, you make it better, then, you know, that's a good thing. But the thing that I'm more excited about than anything is, for the love of God, they're buffing Beerus' 2M. Now, on paper, it sounds like it's going to be ridiculous, okay? The thing is Beerus' 2M has always been one of the best 2Ms, I should say. It looks good, but it's got a lot of flaws. And if you know those flaws, that 2M is not going to do anything. Based on what we're getting with Beerus now, I'm excited about it because I feel like it's going to take the character in the right direction. It's still, like, you know, not perfect in terms of what I want to see with the character. And you can't do super major changes, again, which we will probably won't see until the season ends and the next one starts. But this is a good step in the right direction. On top of that, they also ended up doing a couple other nerfs. Like they took away the tracking on Bardock's B assist, which I think is good because that assist was way too good. It's still really, really good. And without the tracking, it's still going to be like God tier. Which, by the way, Roshi's B assist? Roshi's B assist, if you saw that on the stream, stupid. The other thing they also took away is they added a delay on Vegeta's EX Rocket Kick. So there's a couple things that the patch notes, it's not like super crazy game-changing stuff, but it definitely addressed some things that were needed for some characters. They also actually ended up improving the frame data on Gogeta as well, which on paper it sounds good, but I don't know what that means yet for the character. And they also made Gotenks snapped again, so that's gonna be terrifying. But overall, though, as a Dragon Ball FighterZ fan, I'm excited for what's to come. Like I think they're taking the game in the right direction right now by doing this like mid-season patch, and hopefully it's gonna be enough to kind of hold us all over until the season starts over again at some point in 2021. Because for the love of God, 2020 needs to hurry up and end. Can I get it? 2020 needs to end all over the comments as well. Anyways, overall, let me know what you're most excited about in the comment section below in regards to the patch notes, what characters you play, and also your overall thoughts on Roshi. But I gotta say, they're doing this right. Like, they're doing this right. Like, this character looks hella fun, and I can't believe I'm saying this after I just slandered this character for the past 2 years. Roshi is gonna be fun. By the way, one last thing I want to say. Pick up Roshi and dedicate a lot of time to that character if you're new to the game. It's going to pay off in the long run. The thing about Roshi is he's definitely not going to be noob-friendly. He's going to be one of those characters you pick up and you probably might immediately want to drop just because he's going to be so hard to learn because of how different his actual movesets are than anything else. But if you actually stick with the character, you're going to be controlling neutral, and you're going to be going up the ranks really, really fast. I feel like he's going to be similar to how Ginyu is. Ginyu is a character that people don't really care about, but if you run into a good Ginyu character, you're like, whoa, Ginyu can do all that? That's Roshi. That's going to be Roshi right there. He's going to be just stomping out all your Z Brolys, your base Vegetas, your Bardocks in the game, and it's just Roshi. It's like, really? I just lost to Roshi? Well, yeah, he's good. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. Let me know your thoughts and everything down below. Stay tuned for the 3 Idiots videos later coming this week. We're going to be doing a raid as soon as they release it. Whether it's going to be this week or next week, I don't really know. But the second that raid is live, expect those videos to come out as well as more FighterZ content. But for now, Roshi's fun. ArcSys is 1. That's how we're going to end the video. Roshi is fun. ArcSys is 1.